As of the time of this recording, I have a 19% cushion drop for the position to be in the money. So a fairly decent size, but we're going to discuss how turbulent SoFi has been here over this past week in just a minute. Yeah, little did I know how much would change here in only about 3 weeks. The market has been tumbling, SoFi has been affected as well, so in today's video, I want to talk about the put that I sold on SoFi stock and give you a little bit of an update on what's going on. And as crazy as it is, because I felt like I gave myself a massive buffer for this put sold, I was actually in the money at one point this past week. And as always, although I am selling something, when you sell a put, just as a reminder, it means that you are bullish on the stock. So when I sold this put on SoFi, I did not want SoFi to crash the way it has been. As for the numbers here, I did gain a $38 premium when I sold that put on SoFi. My strike price is $25. So we are a couple of cents as of the time of this recording above $25. It has been an insane week. If in this last week of the contract, SoFi goes below $25, I will be in the money again. And again, that is when I can get assigned and I would be obligated to buy 100 shares of SoFi at $25. And I had a projected 1.6% return on my investment, assuming that I do not get assigned and I just get to keep that premium, and that way I can do whatever I choose with that money. But like I mentioned, it has been a turbulent week to say the least, and I have been living on the edge. SoFi stock currently, as of the time of this recording, is $25.19. 19 cents above my strike price. And considering that we have a holiday here in the United States this upcoming week with Thanksgiving on Thursday, I feel like all it's going to take is maybe 1 or 2 bad days at the start of the week, and I'm going to be in the money again. On November the 20th, you can have a look at the chart here. I was in the money. SoFi dropped so much so quickly that it was $24 and some change, and I was already thinking in the back of my mind, oh, I am going to get assigned today. And that was actually the day before my birthday, so it was really funny because I was thinking, oh, well, happy birthday to me, I'm going to get this assignment as a gift to me. But SoFi did end up recovering through the day and through the course of Friday, so I'm still in the clear for now. But man, is it close. But if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, I actually, if I had to give you a prediction of what I think is going to happen with this put sold over this next week, I'm really thinking I'm going to get assigned. Like I mentioned, we have a holiday towards the end of the week. The market has been absolutely tumbling, and I don't see any reason why that wouldn't continue into this upcoming week. Now, I could be absolutely wrong here. For all I know, SoFi stock could just shoot through the moon through Monday through Wednesday. But I'm just going to go ahead and in my mind, I'm already going to assume that I'm going to get assigned in this upcoming week. SoFi has dropped about 18% since I sold this put back on the 29th of October. And again, I just want to highlight and want to make sure you understand that whenever you sell a put, that is the risk that you take. You never know when the stock market or that individual stock is going to take a tumble, just like SoFi has here in the last couple of weeks. But it is okay, like I mentioned in my previous video, SoFi is a stock that I would not mind holding anyway. I have been wanting to have another financial stock in my portfolio, and with SoFi's growth, with SoFi's brand, honestly, if I get assigned, I'm not too upset about it. I did a very brief analysis here on SoFi just because, again, I'm assuming that I'm going to get assigned in this upcoming week, and their trailing PE ratio from what I saw is a 42. Their forward PE ratio going into 2026 is looking at about a 43. So right here, right around that $25 mark, it seems like SOFI is trading at fair value, in my opinion. Now, that is an incredibly high PE ratio, but you have to keep in mind that SOFI is growing at a huge clip compared to their competitors and to their peers. SOFI is projected to grow their EPS in 2026 by 57%. I mean, who doesn't love to see that type of growth? So again, if I get assigned, I'm not all too upset about it. I can see myself holding SOFI for many years to come. And to be honest with you, if SOFI were to go under $25, I would be very interested in buying more, because the lower SOFI gets under $25, the more undervalued it could potentially be. Now, I did want to briefly discuss the stock market in general, because it is not only SOFI that has been tumbling here over the last couple of weeks. You've got big stocks like Meta that I have discussed here on the channel. Amazon is also having an incredibly tough time here, barely hanging on to being in the green over the last month. Starbucks is another company that I'm keeping a very close eye on, because it has been such a poor performer in my portfolio. And if you watched my previous video, I'm actually potentially looking at tax loss harvesting with that stock if it goes under 80. So far, it has kept above that range, but only barely. So might be a future video here regarding Starbucks in the near future. But definitely Meta and SOFI, as you can see here as the blue and purple lines, down, 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 and it just seems like they cannot catch a break. So to wrap up the video here, what is going to be my next move, assuming, again, I'm already assuming I am going to get assigned next week. And there are 3 potential things that I can do after assignment. The first thing that I could do after assignment is to simply keep that $2,500 SOFI position in my portfolio. Whenever you sell a put, you are obligated to keep the strike price times 100, because there's 100 shares of the underlying stock in the contract. So 100 times whatever your strike price is, and that is the amount of collateral that is going to be held just in case you are assigned. So if I do get assigned, my strike price is $25 times 100. That would mean I would be obligated to buy 100 shares at $25. That is where that $2,500 number is coming from. A little bit of basics here, but just in case you're new here, that's where I'm getting that number from. So again, I can either keep that position and just ride it through the years, because again, SOFI is a stock that I would not mind holding in my portfolio. The second option would be to buy more SOFI stock, but that would only be something I would be willing to do if the stock price is under $25. So to put it simply, if I were to get assigned and then the stock continues to crash, I would be buying more of SOFI, especially if it were to go under $20 a share. That is when I would be more aggressive in my buying, so that I could build this up to a decent position in my portfolio. And the last and final option, again assuming that I get assigned next week, is to implement something called the wheel strategy. I don't want to get into all of the details here, because that could be a video in and of itself next week. So for now, I just want to let you know that that is a potential move in my portfolio. And if I do get assigned, and if I do some research and decide, and if I do decide to implement the wheel strategy here going through the end of 2025, I will be sure to give you all of the details in a future video. If you have not liked the video, be sure to give me a like. It helps out tremendously. If you have not subscribed, I invite you to do so you do not miss out on future videos. What's going to happen with this put sold? I don't even know. So we will see, and then I will give you an update on what happens and what I'm going to do afterwards in my portfolio. Again, thank you so much to everybody who has made it until this point in the video, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.